All right, I'm going to be reacting to the trade deadline, NHL trade deadline, and I guess I'll start with my team, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I like what they did. Now, I maybe would have liked them to, as much as I love Rickard Rakell, probably would have liked them to trade him, get as much as they can, because right now he has peak value. But I'm okay with what they did. I don't mind it. I wasn't expecting a second round pick for Anthony Beauvillier. I'll tell you that much. I wasn't expecting a third round pick for Cody Glass, but here we are. I'm okay with it. But I guess I'll start with the trade that happened last night. The Brock Nelson deal. Brock Nelson going to Colorado. Obviously, Islanders tried to extend him. Never happened. So they send him off, I think they got a first round pick. I know that much. They got a first round pick. And then I think like a couple prospects or something. I don't remember the exact details. I'd have to look at it again. But yeah, I mean, hey, good job, Colorado. You got what you needed. You needed more center depth. I think it works out for both parties. Anthony Beauvillier got traded to the Washington Capitals. I hate the Capitals. But we got a second round pick for it, so I can't be too mad at it. So I'm happy with it. Andrei Kuzmenko went to the Kings for a third. Not too much to say there. Dylan Cousins going to the Senators. Obviously, Buffalo, not a fun place to play hockey. So hopefully, now that he's left Buffalo, he can turn into a star. Much like Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart did before him. And then what Buffalo got in that trade is Josh Norris. Josh Norris is a guy who unfortunately has had injury issues in the past, but I like his game, I do. And I really hope he can stay healthy and have a good career in Buffalo. Now, what I want to know, what is Nashville doing? They traded away Luke Schenn, and then the Penguins flipped Luke Schenn for a second and a third round pick. But why didn't Nashville just do that in the first place? I don't understand. But whatever. I'm sorry, Nashville. I don't know what Barry Trotz is doing, but whatever. Brandon Tanev got traded to the Winnipeg Jets from the Seattle Kraken. Not much to say there. Seattle sucks. They can't score, so why not trade one of the forwards and make it so that way you score less? Toronto traded a conditional first-round pick for Scott Laughton. Not the most egregious trade they made. We'll get into that. But still, it does make me raise a few eyebrows. Mikko Rantanen getting traded to Carolina. Now, that is intriguing. Mikko Rantanen, obviously, terrific player. He was, I think, top 6 in scoring before he got traded. Obviously, hasn't worked out in Carolina. He needed a change of scenery. They weren't getting close on an extension, so Carolina flips him. They get a couple first-round picks and Logan Stankoven from the Stars. Mikko Rantanen gets a nice payday, $12 million a year, and I'm hoping that he can rebound. With that being said, Dallas and Carolina making this trade is kind of funny to me because I've always seen them as two very similar teams. Two teams that can never get past the playoff hump, two teams that have been good for quite some time, but I feel like they're lacking that true superstar to really get them over the hump. Maybe Mikko Rantanen is that guy for Dallas. Who knows? But maybe I'm just being mean. Luke Kunin going to the Blue Jackets for fourth. Good on the Blue Jackets. They needed center depth real bad. So they get that in Luke Kunin. Bruins have basically accepted their season is over. Trade Charlie Coyle to the Avalanche. They got a second-round pick and Casey Middleston out of it. I think it's a good deal for them. But what do I know? Peter Mrazek going to the Red Wings, whoop-de-doo. He hasn't been good in like 6 years, so who cares? Brad Marchand to the Boston Bruins, to the Florida Panthers. Got traded from the Boston Bruins. Man, that's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Brad Marchand and Matthew Tkachuk on the same team come playoff time. I feel bad for whoever's going to play them in the first round. They are going to be hurting whether they win or lose that series. Toronto, I don't understand this trade. You give up and Connor Dewar over to the Penguins. All so that way you can get Brandon Carlo? A defenseman who's probably going to play on your third pairing. Now, I should mention, I'm only recording this about an hour and a half after the trade deadline, so news might still be filtering in. So it's possible Toronto got more for this, but as of right now, I'm just going based on what I have. Utah taking on the Shea Weber deal. That's nothing more to say there. Senators getting Fabian Zetterlund from the Sharks. Good for them. Good for the Sens. They needed a guy like that. I think it works out for them. But I guess that's all I have. I am really going to try and get the second part of that NHL video out. Can't make any promises on when that'll happen because I have family visiting this weekend, so I'm shooting for Monday at the latest, but we'll see. Anyways, until then, don't die.